Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be recapping the top teams for you to run for the Primal Lord Mirage Frostspike on the final days. Today is probably not going to actually be the final day even though the boss's health is below 10%, because usually what ends up happening is around this point we're going to be like stuck at 3 or 4%, and then on tomorrow day right after reset it will go down within like maybe 30 minutes pretty much. So tomorrow could be your actual final attack if you're able to log in and attack right after reset. If you're not, don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about the top teams you can run today in order to lock in your top score. If today is going to be your final attack, in order to min-max it, you will want to attack at the end of the day after you've leveled up all of your heroes as much as you possibly can. We'll talk about some key points in order to min-max your score, because yeah, basically it's time. It's pretty much the final couple days right now, and it is important to be getting the top rank you can. Okay, we're gonna lead it off by talking about the best team. If you have a resonating level of 600 or above, this is gonna be the best team for you. You're gonna want to upgrade your Harmonic Spell Artifact to level 20. That is really important. And you want to have Elijah in the front, as you see here, Lila in the back, Main Fresto on the buff tile on the left, Shakira behind the Main Fresto, Smokey on the buff tile on the right, Illusion Fresto behind the Smokey, and Mikola on the corner on the right side. This team comp needs to have 2 Malefaction tiles, it needs to have resonating level 600 or above, it needs to have plus 20 level of the harmonic spell. Then it is the best team to run. If your twins are not that upgraded, this is even working at legendary plus level of the twins. You could try it even with lower than that. As long as everyone is surviving, they're going to be getting their job done. Okay, we're now going to take a look at a team option if you do not have the twins, but you do have a resonating level 600 or above. And don't worry, if your resonating level is lower, I will show you guys the best team options for that as well. But I just wanted to do it kind of like an ordering. So we have the Main Fresto on the buff tile on the left, Illusion behind the Main Fresto, Smokey on the buff tile on the right, Reinier in the middle position, Odie behind the Reinier, and then Mikola on the corner on the right. With the Harmonic Spell, again, you need to have 2 Malefaction tiles, you need to have plus 20 upgrade of the Harmonic Spell Artifact, your resonating level should be 600 or above, and then you can run this team. 1 copy of Reinier should work for this team. This is going to be your best option if you do not have the twins maybe built at all and you have a higher resonating level. Okay guys, one final team that I want to show you is going to be this team over here. We're going to lock it in and take a look at it. This is another version of a high resonating level team. If you do not have the twins built, it will have Main Fresto in the front, Shakir behind the Main Fresto, Illusion on the left side, Mikola on the right side, Smokey on the buff tile on the right, Odie on the buff tile on the left. With the Frostfall spell, you can even try this team around resonating 580, resonating 580 or above. It may be the best team option for you. If your resonating level is below 600, meaning you don't have a plus 20 level of an artifact, you should run Frostfall. That is the best artifact up until you make it to plus 20 level. However, if you can get to the plus 20 level, you should try running this team with Harmonic Spell, but Frostfall does well as well. But basically, this is another great team if you do not have the twins, but your resonating level is higher. You need to have, like, ideally level, in my opinion, 581 or higher for the Fresto team to take over the other comps that we have. But those are basically going to be those teams. Another 580 resonating level team, basically that comes online around 581 or 591 on like Fresto as a or Odie and Fresto as their damage dealers. This is another team composition, but it is going to be with the Frostfall spell, because this is assuming you do not have, for example, level 600 resonating. This team is a good option. It's using the Hypogean Celestial faction tiles, and for this you're going to need 20 faction talents in Hypogean Celestial if you want to run it. It can work with 1 copy of Reinier in front of the Odie. It will be Lila, which is pink-haired in the front, Elijah, blue-haired in the back, Mikola on the Stellar Bond along with the Odie. Illusion and Main Fresto positioning doesn't matter, but they are both going to be on the faction tiles on the back. With the Frostfall spell, the key damage dealer here is going to be Odie, but Fresto is going to be a secondary damage dealer. This will work at, like we said, a lower resonating level. You do not need 600, and this can be a pretty good option. And from the testing I did as we worked our way up, this was the top scoring team, like between the 580 to 600 range. But when we got to 600, then definitely the team I showed you at the start of the video is going to be the overall best team option. Okay, now we're going to talk about the more free-to-play friendly teams, and these are going to be, so for example, we have this team comp over here. This one, you can have Sonya or you can have Velka in the same position. It is going to use, you can have the two Mauler faction talent tiles, but this will work with one faction talent tile as well. Basically, all of the teams that I'm going to show you from now on, they work with one faction talent tile or two faction talent tiles. It doesn't matter. But basically, the thing about the faction talent tile is in these teams, your key damage dealer is just mainly the OD. So having another hero on the other faction tile is not going to provide a huge amount of value to your team. So it doesn't matter if you're making use of that other faction tile or not. But basically, this is going to be a good free-to-play team at lower resonating level. It might be your best option. It doesn't even have Reinier. Sonya can be replaced for Velka. This is a good team. Okay, but and it is very safe as well because it has multiple forms of healing. Now, another team comp that we have here is the standard free-to-play team that you guys have seen many times, and these free-to-play teams are assuming your resonating level is below 600, in which case Frostfall Spell is the best artifact like we explained earlier. Reinier in front of OD, one copy Reinier can work, Smokey on the buff tile, Mikola on the left, and Sonya buffing up Mikola and OD. Now you might be thinking, if you have two faction tiles, should you change around the positioning? But you shouldn't, because the thing is, if we move Mikola onto this other faction tile, then she's not going to be getting the buff value of the Sonya. It's going to end up being worse off than if you had this team as we had here. And like this team is kind of optimized for the positioning, so just stick to this team. Even if you have two faction tiles enabled, don't worry. Just basically don't use that second faction tile. This is a top performing team. You can replace Sonya for Velka or Shakira at +10 exclusive equipment, or even Lily May. These are all replacements that do work if you don't have any of these heroes built up. But Sonya Mythic Plus or Velka upgraded, those are going to be your best two options. Okay, we have this team comp. This team comp you guys have seen before, and this works with one faction tile or two faction tiles. It's a very effective team at lower resonating levels. It's using the Frostfall spell. You're going to have Elijah in the front, blue-haired in the front, pink-haired in the back. So I'll go ahead and show you guys this formation. Odie is going to be behind the Reinier, and Reinier can work at one copy for this team. Shakira and Odie are going to be linked by the Stellar Bond. Lila in the back, which is pink hair, Elijah in the front, blue hair. This works with two faction tiles or one faction tile. It's probably your best team to run at a lower resonating level. Like if you haven't hit even 581 yet, you should run this. It works with legendary plus twins as well. You do not need to have the twins super upgraded in order to make this comp effective. And yeah, this is a great team and highly recommended for a lot of people. I think this is going to be the best option for a lot of people out there, even at the legendary plus twins. So with all of that covered, guys, those are going to be the top teams you can try and run. Just take a look at the logic and explanation I gave for all of the teams to see whether it is the right team for you to be running, and then go all out. Now we're going to go ahead and do a run with the overall top team right now, which is going to be this one with the harmonic spell. Now we're going to talk about min-maxing. Take a look here. If your key damage dealer is Freyasto, meaning your resonating level is 600 or above, then you want to make Freyasto your highest level on your team, because he is your carry, right? If you had a choice, and try to get them to the next one level breakpoint, like 651, 661, 621, 611. These are the big power breakpoints where you gain a big amount of stats for only one level. Like from 600 to 601, you get quite a big stat boost to your heroes. So get that on your key damage dealer. If it's Freyasto in this comp, that's it. If it's an OD related comp, OD is going to be your key damage dealer, so you'll want to boost his levels. If you're running Freyasto and OD together, then boost both of their levels, but OD still takes a priority in that comp. Also, try to get the epic charms onto all of your heroes here and craft them if need be. But the priorities are OD if you're running him, Freyasto if you're running him as your carry, Twins, which you should already have from the Charm Merchant, Smokey because his damage output is going to be the next highest, and then Mikola and Shakira, they do not need the epic charms, but just to maximize everything, try to get them. Also, max out your equipment for whichever heroes you're using. For example, I'm using supports, rogue, and tank in my optimal team. All of those heroes, I want to max out their damage related equipment, meaning the first 3 slots of the equipment, like the page, those are all providing attack, and even the boots, which are the final 6th slot of equipment, those provide crit %. So basically, those are the offensive pieces of equipment. The defensive pieces of equipment, you don't have to upgrade, but basically, those are the points about min-maxing. Okay guys, so wish me luck, we're going to go right for it. And like I mentioned, also attack at the end of the day if possible. The boss is unlikely to go down today. I don't think it's going to be possible on any server for the boss to die today. But right after reset tomorrow, he is almost definitely going to be going down within just like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how active your district is. So that is something to keep in mind. And that is why if you're not able to attack right after reset, it's not an issue, but just attack towards the end of today after you've accumulated as much levels onto your heroes as possible. And that is going to be pretty much it. So basically, good job guys for making it through this Primal Lord. Hopefully, and if you follow the teams in this video, I'm sure you will be able to get the maximum score possible for your account and have your highest chance of ranking highly and getting whatever rewards you're looking for. But if you can't get to a high rank, don't worry about it. The rewards from Primal Lord ranking are not too great. It's mainly like most people who are playing actively are going to get the frame, so like that is a cool thing a lot of people want. And as for the title, yeah, the title is going to be difficult to get. You have to get in the top 50, but who really cares about a title, honestly, at the end of the day? And there we go, 36 billion damage on our first attack. That is going to take us into the rank 2 position. You might be thinking, how can you get to the rank 1? Like, for example, we've min-maxed pretty much everything. We've optimized levels. There's huge Paragon upgrades on this account. How come we're not rank 1? And the reason for that is there is going to be RNG in the end. There is definitely fight RNG, but more importantly than that, there's going to be equipment drop RNG from the AFK stages. Some people will have really good luck, for example, dropping tank equipment for their Reso, offensive tank equipment for the first 3 slots of the equipment page, and their Resos are going to be hitting harder than you can ever hit, and you'll have to settle with the lower ranking. There's basically no control over that, and it comes down to good luck. But look at this, Freyaster did the most, but Smokey did the second most. So when you're evaluating your damage page, whoever are the hard-hitting damage dealers, you want to optimize their charms, getting them to epic. Also, we'll want to boost Smokey's level, right? He hit hard at 641. He'd hit even harder at 651. So those are the things you have to keep in mind for your min-maxing. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this one. Good luck getting a top score. And let me know in the comment section what rank you currently are in your district. What is your score? What is your resonating level? And yeah, and if you really want to optimize, make sure to get an attack in right after reset tomorrow, after you've boosted the levels of your heroes really quickly. And I'll probably make a follow-up video of that to see what is the final ranking that we're going to be able to get. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Good luck with this. And if you guys want to chat with me more, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. We have over 2,500 active members. I look forward to seeing you there or seeing you in the next video. And until then, guys, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.